Hi, everybody. Happy Monday night. Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for joining me on this crazy rainy night after this really crazy day. I know that today was nuts on the interwebs. Everything went down. The whole world kind of went quiet. It was really weird. Um, it's just me tonight. Uh, Dr. Ray has been overworked and he is resting. And so, Ray, I hope you get some rest and we'll see you later. Sound check, guys, as usual in chat. Let me know if you can hear my big mouth talking to you. And if you can't hear me, how would you know that I wanted you to tell me you couldn't hear me? I don't know. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty chill tonight, and I have a cool topic to tell you about. So give it a few minutes, maybe a few more people will come in. Oh, good. Thank you, Bill. Rock, thank you for letting me know. And hello, Christina Bell. Hi, Bill Prack. And hello, Electronic Medium. Life is Paranormal. Thanks so much for joining, guys. I probably should have shared this out. If you could share it out, that'd be awesome. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, you know, we've been all about missing people lately, sadly. And it got me to thinking that, first of all, there's hundreds of thousands of people who are missing or go missing. Uh, that are missing now. And there are some historically well-known people who are missing. And so I don't know why, but this lady has been in my head lately. Not literally, but just I can't stop thinking about her. And it's Amelia Earhart. And that's why I wanted to actually share with you some really interesting information about her and then do a ghost box session and just see if there's any information out there in the spirit realm about what happened to her and her co-pilot Fred Noonan in 1937. Her story is amazing. She was an amazing woman. Oh, first I have to say hi to Dad. Hi, Dad. If you're watching, love you. Hope you're having a good night. Hope the weather is better there than it is here. I don't have a lot of lights on tonight, guys, so I might look a little strange, but it's just that kind of day. Just the rain and beating on the roof, and just been raining all day. Hello, Lisa. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Earnhardt. Oh, yeah. I remember him. Divine Diamond, how are you? Hello. And Tangi, Roman Biscotti, thank you so much for being here, you guys. This is really cool stuff. And Derek, hello. Hey, you're not late. We just started. And it's our usual Monday night, except I have this really cool her story actually to share with you. And then I have the ghost box with the amp and pedal. I'm going to use an app tonight. I'm going to use the Spiritus app. I like it. As far as apps go, I don't usually use them, but we're going to give this one a try tonight. And then we can always throw a radio on the amp too. Hello, Eli. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys all being here. And hello. No, that was complete misspelling. You know what? As I was doing the research today, a number of times I typed in it's you almost want to type in Earnhardt. Hello, Terry L. Thank you for being here, guys. It's so good to see all of you. Let me highlight some of these. Hello, Divine Diamond is saying hi to everybody. Hello, Terry L. Hello, Eli. I almost got you there. They're going too fast. Hello, Lisa. So good to see you. Oh, your chat's not working. So everyone said hello to you. Everybody. Everybody said hi to Tangi, Roman Biscotti. So don't worry about it. I'm also a little stuffy today, and I don't know why, but maybe it's the weather. I do not know. Hello, Derek. Yahelnitsky. It's good to see you. And let's see if I missed anybody else. Bill Prack is here. My teammate from the Conjuring House. Christina Bell. Good to see you. And if you're still here, hello, Electronic Medium. Life is Paranormal. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. Lady Blind Wolf, hello. Good to see you. Oh, I love your avatar. That is so beautiful. I'd love a cloak like that. That is so cool. Yeah. So some fun tonight, and then we're going to do a ghost box session. Amelia Earhart, guys, she's a hero to a lot of people, a lot of women people. um, she was a groundbreaker. She really was. Hello, Dory. You're not. We just started. It's all right. It's not a problem. She was an amazing woman, and her story is amazing. And it's so sad that we lost her the way we did. But I want to share some stuff with you about her. And I made a little slideshow, which I'm going to show you. And then I have some other pictures too. And a lot of these pictures are all like public domain. So I was so happy to find them. But hang on one sec. Let me get this. And then I'm going to start telling you about her. So let's see, where did I put it? I put it, here it is. Okay, here she is. So this is Amelia Earhart, and amazing woman. She was actually born in 1897 from Atchison, Kansas. I have all this information here for you guys. So if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes because I cannot memorize this much stuff. She attended Columbia University here in New York for a couple of years anyway, but at 24 years old in 1921, she started taking flying lessons, and she bought her first plane. So let me see if I have a picture of the plane. It was a Kinner Air Star, and believe it or not, it was a biplane. This is her with her Kinner Air Star. Very cool plane. This is the first plane that she learned to fly in. What's this? First Amelia Air, next Oswald to really Spirit Box Session 2, ask Jimmy Hoffa where he is. Well, if you guys want me to do that, let me know. And if you have any ideas, feel free to hit me up. Feel free to message me on Facebook or DM me on Twitter. But yeah, definitely. Those are very interesting. Oh, Katharine Hepburn played her. I love Katharine Hepburn. But I am an old soul. I love Maureen O'Hara, all the old stars were awesome. But this is her with her Kinner Air Star. So this is the first plane she learned to fly in the 20s, in the beginning of the 20s. But 1921, okay, so get this. 1921, she started taking flying lessons from another woman. In 1922, she flew to 14,000 feet and set a woman's pilot air altitude record. So 14,000 feet was the highest any woman had ever flown. So in 1923, the next year, I mean, she was very busy. She was like the 16th or 17th woman to ever get her airline pilot's license, which is, there wasn't really, I don't know if there was, I guess there was a general aviation then, but it wasn't as much as we have now. So she was the 16th or 17th woman to get her pilot's license. And then she did that for a while. And in 1928, she became the first woman to fly the Atlantic. Okay. 20 hours and 40 minutes, but she wasn't flying the plane. She could only be a passenger. They wouldn't let her touch the controls. They flew from Newfoundland in Canada to Wales. Yeah, she was never allowed to touch the controls, but oh, Elaine, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you so much for that. Super chat. You're such a doll, Elaine. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you guys can share this out, that'd be great. And thank you, Elaine, so much for being here and for that super chat. Yes, they flew across the pond, but they wouldn't let her touch the controls. Okay, so, all right. But how long did that last? So let me see. Let me let this run. Okay. All right, let's see. So in the next year, okay, so in 1929, no moss grew on this woman. She placed third in the all-women's air derby. Okay, this was the first transcontinental air race for women. They flew from Santa Monica, California, across the pond, and she placed third, which was, was very good. So the next year, she set a flying speed record. She flew a Lockheed 180 at 184 miles per hour, I think it was. And the record was 156 miles per hour. So she's pretty crazy. I'm always amazed by these people that fly these planes, especially when you think about these old planes. Holy moly. The next year she got married. So in 1932, she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. So that one, she took her own plane and she went. And she could receive the National Geographic Society's gold medal for that. And Congress awarded her the Distinguished Flying Cross. And it was a Lockheed Vega 5B that she flew. Elaine, you're so funny. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that. Dory, yes. Yes. It absolutely, oops, it asks, yes, it's a sleepy, rainy day. Dory is not that far from me in the world. So here she is with that. Okay. So this is her. This is the all women's air derby, first transcontinental women's flying race. And that is her there. You can pick her out because she's almost in the middle there wearing the dark, I don't know if it's a jacket or a sweater. She's pretty much known for that look. And look at the shoes. Look at the outfits they were wearing. This was 1929. This was flapper era, but none of these ladies were flappers. So pretty cool. So let's see. Then the speed record. She got married. She was also a member of what was known as the National Women's Party, and she was a big supporter of the Equal Rights Amendment. So she's a pretty cool lady. Then in 1935, she became the first woman to fly solo across the Pacific Ocean. So she went the other way. I mean, she was something. She was compared to Lindbergh. You know who Lindbergh was, right? He was amazing and he got a whole lot of press. And she did it as well. She was exceedingly popular. There were comics about her. She made appearances. I mean, everybody in the country was just all about her, all about Amelia Earhart. And so when it came 1937 and she wanted to attempt to become the first woman to fly around the world, everybody in the country was on it. They were all reading it in the papers and in magazines, and huge thing. There's a theory, okay, and that she was just shot down. I know there's a lot of theories out there, and believe me, when I was looking up this information, I read about them. Thank you, Elaine. You're so cute. Thank you, Elaine. You're so sweet. So I've got some cool information for you. Let me share with you. So in 1937, she was attempting to be the first woman to fly around the world. And she and her co-pilot, Fred Noonan, I think they had a first attempt and it didn't succeed, but they had a second attempt. And so her plane, okay, so they started the second attempt. The second attempt is the one we all know about because it's the one she didn't return from. Her plane went off course in the tropical Pacific and it disappeared. So she had made a plan. When you fly around the world, you have to stop. I mean, you did, especially then. You had to stop and you had to refuel. And she had a number of stops planned, and she made a number of stops. And one of the stops was supposed to be on Howland Island. Thank you, Elaine. So cute. Thank you, Elaine, so much. You're such a sweetheart. So one of the stops was to be on Howland Island, which is in the Pacific Ocean, somewhere between Hawaii and Fiji, I think, but down there in the tropics. And there was actually, hang on, I have another picture I can show you. I'll show you some of these other pictures after the slideshow is done. But there was a ship waiting for her to land on Howland Island. Now, Howland Island was deserted. The last time people had lived on Howland Island was 1892. It had not been inhabited since then. There were the Polynesian people that had inhabited it, and that was before she was even born. So the island was pretty barren. However, they had made a landing strip to be used as a way station for flights going, from where we are here to the Hawaii, Fiji, Australia, and it would be a good way station. And that's exactly what she was going to use it for. She and Fred Noonan were going to land on Howland Island and refuel. And there was a ship there called the Itasca that was waiting for them. Oh, what is that? I remember I was told she was in the Bermuda Triangle. That's on the no. There's, like I said, there's a million stories out there. Well, maybe not a million, but the Bermuda Triangle is totally on the other side of the country. So nope. But and Elaine says hi to everybody. So yeah, so they were supposed to stop on Howland Island. And of course, think about the planes back then, because I've looked at these pictures of these planes and the cockpits of these planes and all the equipment, but it's not like today. It's not like a beacon everywhere and everybody's tracking you. These people were doing math in the cockpit. It's sort of like when you think about the old sailing ships and the pirates, and they're using a sextant to try to figure out where they are. A sextant, not an accurate tool. Well, these people were, they were doing math with compasses and etc., trying to figure out where they were supposed to be. And so the theory is that she and Fred Noonan were heading on the line, on the geographic line toward Howland Island, but they missed Howland Island and didn't realize that they had missed Howland Island. And so the last transmissions that came through were them saying, okay, we're on this line. We're on the 157, 337 line. And this would have been the line that would have crossed Howland Island. And I'm sure they figured they would see Howland Island. I don't know how high they were, but they weren't flying where our jets fly now. And they missed Howland Island. However, it's believed that they missed Howland Island and kept going for like 350 miles and ran out of fuel. And that's why it's believed they crashed on another very small uncharted, I don't know how we can say it's uncharted, now an island known as Gardner Island, and now known as Nicomaroro Island. And I have some pictures of that too. Yeah, there was no GPS. It's air flight was very young at that time. And so it's believed that they missed it. And so they disappeared. And they were supposed to land to refuel. And their last radio transmissions were heard on Howland. The ship that was there did hear their transmissions. And so the last official transmission was at 8:43 a.m. on July 2nd, 1937. And they heard Amelia Earhart say, flying on line 157, 337, that's the line that would have crossed Howland Island, running north and south. So they were running north and south. Obviously, they had a compass. They could tell if they were running north and south, which is why it's believed she kept going south and crashed on Gardner Island. Okay, so those were directional coordinates, and they described the line through Howland. But it says she didn't indicate what direction they were flying. So just because she's saying they're running north, it said running north and south. What did that mean? And they didn't actually know what direction she was going. It's believed that when they couldn't find Howland Island, they may have continued along the 157, 337 line, some 350 nautical miles, and made an emergency landing on Nicomaroro. And it was called Gardner Island then. Navy planes flew over that island a week later, but no signs of Earhart or Noonan or the plane were found. Although they thought they saw signs that somebody had been there, and this was another island that had been left since 1892. So there had been nobody there for many years. But in 1940, a partial human skeleton was found on a remote part of Nicomaroro Island. And those bones, they actually lost them. But before they lost them, they took measurements, etc. And it wasn't until, it's amazing, until 1998, experts used those measurements, and they believe 99% accuracy that they were her bones, but they can't be sure. And there was no sign of Noonan. So what's really interesting is that there was at the time, now, like I said, at the time of this flight, the whole country was crazy about this. They were all, it was all everybody was involved. So there were 57 reports of people hearing distress transmissions from Amelia Earhart. Some of the people that picked them up were from government agencies, but some of them were just regular people. There was a woman in Texas, Mabel Larimore, and she said that she was just scanning her home radio and she heard a woman say, "Plane down on uncharted island, small, uninhabited." And it's very interesting because when these people reported, these 57 different people or entities that reported hearing these messages, they were always around the same time of day. They were late at night or early in the morning. And what experts feel is that the plane had crashed and it was partially in the water. And she had to wait for low tide so that there wasn't a chance of the plane engine flooding while she was trying to transmit. So she would wait each time on the tides and transmit. So she would wait for the low tide, and it was usually late at night or early in the morning. July 4th, 2 days after they disappeared, a San Francisco resident, remember they are on an island somewhere between Hawaii and Fiji, and this person was in San Francisco, picked up a transmission, said, "Still alive, better hurry, tell husband all right." I mean, can you imagine hearing that? And then 5 days on July 7th, 5 days after they were lost, a Thelma Lovelace of St. John, New Brunswick, Canada, which now I'm not Canadian. Is that I'm guessing that's on the West Coast of Canada. Here's what's believed to be the last transmission, what people believe is the actual last transmission of Amelia Earhart. She hears, "Can you read me? Can you read me? This is Amelia Earhart. Please come in. We have taken in water. My navigator is badly hurt. We are in need of medical care and must have help. We can't hold out much longer." And that is the last that I got that quote from USA Today that is what is believed, not by experts, but by everybody else, to be the very last transmission by Amelia Earhart. So the interesting thing to me is, and I'm going to put the ghost box on in a minute. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bore you guys, but this is so very interesting, is that back then the whole American public was totally invested in this whole around the world flight by a woman. These transmissions, when you read about them, they are very similar. And as the days progressed, the stories of the transmissions made sense because it showed a deterioration of their well-being and how it made sense. They made sense. And I'd like to think, and I continue to think that in 1937, the art of trolling had not been refined yet. That everyone was so invested in all of this that why would anybody get on a ham radio and be so cruel as to try to fool people? And that's what makes me think, why would these people lie? Why would these people lie? And so that's what makes me think, yeah, these people heard what they heard. So they declared her officially dead about a year and a half later. And she was inducted into the National Aviation Hall of Fame in 1968 and the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1973. And she remains quite an icon. It's just an amazing story. So let me show you a couple other pictures. Hang on. Okay. So this is, I don't know if this one was in the, I don't know if this one was in the, I think that's a great picture of her. She flew a lot of different kinds of planes. I think this is her. This is her and Fred Noonan. I don't know if this was on one of the, this may have been on one of the gas stops that they made. They did make a couple of stops, you know. Yeah, we're going to try, Lisa. We're going to try. We'll see. It's been, or, you know, if not her, maybe a spirit that knows something about her. This is the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Itasca. That's what was waiting for them at Howland Island. But they never showed up. But this is where the last official transmission was received, was aboard that ship. And this is Nicomaroro Island. This is where they believe that they ended up. Just a little island out there in the South Pacific. And it's very cool is on Howland Island, where they were supposed to stop and never did, was erected not long after what's called Earhart's Light. Now, it looks like a lighthouse, but it's not a lighthouse. It's called a day marker or a navigational marker. And you can see it because the island is so flat, you can see it from miles away. And it's just a navigational marker used by sailing ships and sailors. And I just love this picture of her. I think she's just was so beautiful. That honestly, I just think she was so beautiful. And it was a great loss. So anyway, let me oh, and I don't, Dr. I told already, I'm getting old, you guys. I thought I didn't tell you Dr. Ray wasn't joining us tonight. But he's not. Anyway, I'm going to add in the ghost box, and we're going to use the Spiritus app tonight. And we're going to see if we can get any information about Amelia and Fred. Let me just check. I have a message here. Oh, okay. Nope, just Dory was messaging. And Elaine, I don't know if I thanked you enough, but thank you for all the super chats. You are so, so sweet. You are so sweet. Okay, let me get this set up here. And we'll give this a shot. Okay. There we go. All right, let me turn everything on. And I'll be, whoops, my ear thing is stuck. Owie, owie, owie. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. Got all kinds of stuff going on here. Okay. I'm going to mute myself here. Welcome to Cemetery. Sorry. Very loud. Okay. Flip this way. All right, so this is the Spiritus app. I don't use a lot of apps. In fact, I usually don't use them at all. But I like this one. So we're going to give it a try. Let me know if I'm blasting your ears out. Yes. Which is I don't know why it's so reverby. Because I had one sheet. Not sure how far that is from where they were. Hello, spirits. It's Cynthia.
This priest.
Hi, Mom. No yelling. Ooh, it's loud.
Chocolate with an egg.
Will you come and speak with me, please?
Because I had back. Got up. Yes, we would you.
What? Ooh. I have someone I'd like to ask you about tonight.
What?
What?
How I have
Actual.
I mean, not.
I wonder if you could help me tonight.
Bless.
We're trying to reach Amelia Earhart. Or a spirit that knows about her. Is it possible that you could find a spirit that knows of her? Do you know who I'm speaking of? If you know who she is, can you say her name? Can you say Amelia?
And she
Newt. Pete. In
Oh my goodness. Can you find any spirits that knew Amelia?
Rose.
Rosewood? Who's Rose? Spirits, she was a pilot. Very talented lady. Why is my camera doing that, Spirit? There was Lady Bible? That's interesting. I hope that's not what they want to speak about tonight.
I was watching.
You're not telling me what. We're trying to contact Amelia Earhart or Fred Noonan. Do you know what happened to them? Did you just say my name? This happened a long time ago. It happened in 1937. Hello, Joe.
is a
Can you use this machine
Again,
and the voices in it to try to speak with me? I would appreciate it. I'm trying to reach Amelia Earhart or Fred Noonan. Amelia, are you here? Fred, are you here? Yes.
That's how I feel.
Hello, Fred.
To me too.
Fred, where are you now?
exactly.
Fred, can you tell us what happened to you and Amelia? Do you remember what happened? Were you flying the plane, Fred? What happened, Fred? Tell us what happened. Ship? Yeah, the ship was waiting for you on Howland Island. Did you miss Howland Island?
Sing along. Well, to the end.
Did you crash? Did you crash on the other island? Or in the water? I'm hi. I'm here. Did anyone ever find you on the island? Did anyone ever come and find you on that island?
In the south of Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Who found you?
Earl.
Who found you?
No.
The winter.
Chap.
No, you're not wait.
Back. Please. Jen. Lee.
John.
Save us.
Good luck.
How can I save you? Help us? How can I help you? Hi, Kmart King. Tell me how I can help you. Oh boy, if you guys hear the rain, it's starting to pour rain. If I disappear, you'll know my power went out, guys.
Jack.
How can I help you? Plane. Where is the plane? Who is it? It's Cynthia. What happened to the plane? What happened to Amelia's plane? Redemption. You don't have to worry about redemption. You can move on, and I'm sure you have. What happened to the plane? Did it sink in the ocean? Ocean. Is it at the bottom of the ocean?
Good. No.
Yeah, it's pouring here, Dory. Pouring. Plane what? Will we ever find the plane?
Jack.
Days of
That was interesting. Are you happy where you are? Yeah, I know you are. It's all right. Weep. Where is it? I think it said, "Where's my family?"
Because I had dropped an egg.
Your family is probably in a similar place that you are at. Probably very near you. And if they're not, you should move to where they are. They're waiting for you. Go to them.
Very well. People.
Look. Back. Tell it.
Well, thank you for coming through if you did. I hope you're at peace.
No.
Hey, Joyce, how you doing?
That what? Now.
Well,
I almost.
You're
Amelia, did you remain on that island?
pretty.
Ocean again.
I
Come get
one. Is it? Yeah. One.
Did you remain on that island, Amelia? Are the bones that were found, are they yours? No.
Take.
Where did you go?
That. One.
Who is that was found on the island then?
Step.
Wait.
You're also.
Okay.
What happened to Fred? Did you bury Fred?
In the sun.
In the sandwood? And Fred was hurt badly in the crash. What happened to Fred? After Fred passed, did you wander around the island? Elaine, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you, Elaine. Such a great supporter of me. Thank you so much, Elaine. And thank you, all of you, for being here. Amelia, after Fred passed, did you walk around the island? How many days did the radio last?
Get on with it.
Did you say 5?
Noonan
Did you keep trying to radio for help?
From
Ricardo Miranda. This is actually an app on the phone. You can download this app. It's called the Spiritus app. What's built behind it is something I built with an amp and pedal and a power source.
Come.
Amelia, how many days did the radio last? Till the morning. Well, Amelia, a lot of people heard you. I'm so sorry no one came for you.
Fred.
They tried to find you and Fred, but they could not find you. Were you on Gardner Island? You may not have even known the name of the island. They just said Amelia. Yes, we're talking about or to Amelia. Were you able to bring the plane down on another small island? Mano? You know, this island that they supposedly crashed on, there's many small islands out there. They may not have known where they were. They probably didn't know where they were. It sounds like they got lost. Amelia, what did you do when you realized you'd missed Howland Island? The north? Did you try to turn around? Did you try to turn the plane around? There's a Mana Island in Fiji? Hey, Dad, perfect. Thanks for coming. Really? Wow. I'm going to look that up. Hey, Dad, perfect. Thanks so much for coming. Let me look that up, you guys. Let's see. Mana Island. Again, there's a lot of islands, and there's no way they would have known the name of where they would have crashed. But
Track one. Track.
It almost.
now let's see where that is in relation to Howard Island.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of islands there. Let's see.
What?
Trying to see where all these islands are. That looks like it's really far, though. Let's see. Fiji. Trying to see
On an app.
On an app. Yes, we're on an app, spirits. We're on an app.
Two.
Sorry.
One.
Oh, wow.
Serious. Two. Black.
They thought they went there. I'm looking at a map, guys. That's really interesting, actually. Probably not, Derek, but I am still looking at the map. If you guys look at, I'm trying to figure out how far Mana Island is from Nicomaroro, which is where it's believed they crashed. I'm looking at a map right now, and of course I don't. Okay, so Nicomaroro. And I'm sorry, I wish I could show you guys this. I probably can, actually. Hang on, let's see if I can show you this. Hang on, let me see if I can show you what I'm looking at. Share screen. I'm trying to find. So this is Nicomaroro. Nicomaroro Island is where they believe they crashed. I hope you guys can see that. I'm not, let me go back. Okay, good, you can. This is Nicomaroro. That's the red dot. Nothing. There's Hawaii. There's Nicomaroro. Howland Island. Crazy. I can't even find Howland Island. It's supposed to look. Here it is. Howland Island is here. Here's Nicomaroro, where they think they crashed. And Mana. Mana is down here somewhere. I don't think they've gotten that far, but I'm pretty sure Mana.
Again.
Okay. If they could have gotten this far, I don't know, maybe somebody else can find mana and tell me where it is. Oh, so cool though. I'll ask Andy. I don't know if they would have known the name. Amelia, were you on Mana Island? She's what? That's a good idea, but I don't have Google Earth download. But I did just see Mana Island. Wasn't it on Fiji? Off of Fiji? But it was here on Fiji somewhere, Mana Island. So if they were supposed to land here, and they ended up here, and that's about 350 nautical miles, it's kind of hard to fathom they just made it all the way to Fiji. I don't think they could have made it that far. Look at all the islands, you guys. So the next closest would have been this one, right below. Emilio, where did you bring the plane down? Do you know the name of the place? Do you know the name of the place where you brought the plane down? Mata Utu. Again, really long way. The closest. Well, if we look around here, so here's Howland Island. See how small it is? There isn't even a dot. Howland Island is so small. Am I surprised they missed it? No. But the next closest would have been Baker Island. Gosh, it doesn't even come up. And the theory is they made it this much further when they needed to refuel? How could they do that? Crazy. Amelia, where did the plane come down? Did you come down in the water? Were you on Baker Island? No. To the left. To the left. Their left would have been here. If they were heading towards Howland Island, to their left would be Baker Island. I don't see how they could have made it to Fiji.
40.
I find it hard to believe that they made it to Gardner, which is now called Pandora. Back and forth. Hold on to this.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Slow.
Howland, and it's right near. But they said they were on the line going north to south. Either Baker Island or this was known as Gardner. Amelia, where did the plane come down? Did you land it or crash? Sand? Wow.
Lord.
Thank Thank you for coming through with your journey. I'd like to try again sometime if that's all right.
And
Your shoulder.
All right.
Here is you.
Good night.
one.
Good night.
Sure.
What? Oh
Come.
my goodness. Well, we tried. And of course, it's quite the mystery of what happened to them. Such a sad story and such a loss. But it was good to try. I may try that again. I've just had her on my mind and on my mind. Let me close that and that. Yep, had her on my mind a lot lately, and I don't know. Yeah, it did. It sounded like that. It also sounded in the beginning like they wanted to talk about something else. But that's okay. You know, who knows who's coming through. Mana or Manaw? I know, but if you look on the map, it's so far. It's so far away, you know? Yeah, it is, Bill. It definitely is. Such a loss. Yeah, I mean, I found it. I found that Mana Island, but they were going to Howland Island to refuel. So they would have been low on fuel. And so I even find it hard when people say they crashed on Gardner, which is Nicomaroro, that they made it another 350 nautical miles needing fuel. I find that hard to believe. And yet I can't square it with 57 people saying that they heard these transmissions from her. Why would they make that up? Why would they make that up? I mean, honestly, I don't think a lot of people were trolling the airwaves in 1937. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I find it hard to believe. Yep, you heard Mana a couple of times, and there is a Mana Island. It's crazy. You're so funny. What is that? I keep hearing her say, "Can you let me talk to the other one?" Interesting. Well, you know, from the transmissions that people heard, it sounds like Fred Noonan was hurt very badly when the plane came down, but she was obviously probably hurt, but not as badly because she continued to try to transmit for 5 days, at which point her battery probably died, you know. Now, how long you can run a battery off a crashed airplane, I don't know, you know, but it won't last forever. And then where they believe they found the bones were on a remote part of the island, which when they say it's a remote part, it makes it sound like it's not in the obvious place where a plane would have come down or been sitting. But again, a few days after this happened, they flew over Gardner Island and they saw nothing. Again, we don't know how strong the tide is there. We just don't know how far in the plane could have been sitting in the water. Who knows? And that's right, Lisa. And you know what? Maybe not even then. You know, I don't necessarily believe that we get to know everything just because we go to the other side. You know? So anyway. Well, thanks for joining me tonight, guys. It was fun. It is absolutely pouring down rain outside right now. So I think I'm going to call it a night. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed at least all the information about it, because there were things there that I didn't know. You know, did not have any idea that many people possibly heard her. And it's so heartbreaking. You know, it's heartbreaking to think that she was calling for help, but nobody could find them. And they looked. They did look. Yeah, Lisa. Okay. All right. Well, we will do that. And if you guys listen back and hear anything, please put in the comments with a timestamp. That would be great. You're welcome, Tangi. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this rainy night, you guys. Thank you so much, Lisa. I love you all. I love you all for hanging out with me. And you guys all take care, and we'll see you. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Bill. Thanks for being here. You guys have a good night. Take care.